Hi everyone, this is Ishika Kesarwani and I welcome you all to the TechBit podcast. Today we're having Minal Anand with us. She is the CEO and founder of GuruQ. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm the founder and CEO of GuruQ. GuruQ is essentially a platform that helps students connect with tutors. We have online as well as home tutors. So essentially, we're a platform where any student starting from KG to 12 and can come onto our platform and learn. We have tutors starting from 25 rupees an hour to 2500 rupees an hour. So we have a tutor for all budgets, all study areas, including school education, all boards covering CBSE, IB, etc. Competitive exams like your JEE, NEET, CACPT, CLAT, etc. Entrance exams, your languages such as international and regional languages, as well as study abroad courses like SAT, GMAT. So essentially, at GuruQ, we cover the entire spectrum, and I am the founder and CEO of GuruQ, as Ishika said.
Yeah, that is great. Can you tell us what was the initial spark? Like, how did you get the idea of this company?
So, Ishika, as you all know today, for many, many years, when I studied in school or when you studied or when, students today, Indian students especially have some form of tuition or the other, right? No matter what school you're in, no matter what background you come from, what your demographic may be, every child has some form of tuition or the other. But the biggest pain point we all face as students and as parents is finding the right tutor, right? It's really hard. You rely on word of mouth, you rely on your friends and family to give you references, you rely on seniors to give you references. And there's not like one particular, there was never, when we were in school, one particular platform that you could go on to and you could find plenty of tutors. You had to go with the tutors in your nearby locality or colony, or things like that, or teachers from your school or something like that. You never had a platform where you could come and see ratings and reviews. You could compare tutors based on their qualification, experiences. You couldn't choose based on budget, whatever price per hour the tutor had told you at that time. You had to go with it. You had no option. If the tutor left you before an exam, you couldn't call the tutor and make them come to your house. So there was no credibility, there was no accountability of tutors. There was no platform that would essentially organize the tutoring sector, and that's where we come in, and that's what GuruQ essentially does. And that is what I wanted to do, was where do children really get the education from, right? How can we improve the quality of education in our country? I can't go to every school and tell them to change their way of teaching. I can't go to the boards and stuff like that and ask them to change. So what I thought, where I could affect change, was in the tutoring segment, by organizing the tutoring segment in such a way that tutors and teachers are available for students and parents at their fingertips when they want the teacher, and of course be able to compare teachers based on various parameters. Um, and then that's sort of how GuruQ came to being, and essentially why I started it, and that was the goal.
That is great. Since we already have so many companies coming up in the edtech startups, and you might have so many competitions. So, what exactly makes GuruQ different, unique from them?
So on GuruQ, we provide a lot of USPs to students and tutors as well. It's a platform that essentially replicates real world scenarios. So it's not a platform where a student or teacher really have to come and learn how to use the platform or all of that. It's a very simple platform. It's a very user friendly platform. The website as well as the mobile app. On the App Store, the app is rated age 4 plus. That means it's that easy to use, so that anyone can really use the platform. There are various platforms out there that teachers have to have a learning curve and they have to go through training and all of that to really start using the platform. GuruQ is very simple. GuruQ is a platform that is there to make life easier for students and tutors, right? It's not something that is going to add to the burden. GuruQ provides the students and tutors with a dashboard. So they all have a personal dashboard through which they can communicate. Tutors can update their scheduler. They can manage all their classes from one place. They can manage all their students from one place. They can promote themselves. They can students can find various tutors on the platform as well. So there are various USPs that we provide. Each class is 100% customizable between the student and the tutor. So like you would study in real life, that's how a student and tutor study on the platform. You can come and take, a student can come and buy one class or 50 classes or 100 classes or 10 classes, whatever amount of classes that they want. Unlike any other platform, we provide online as well as offline tutors. We don't just provide online tutors. Through our personal dashboard, students and tutors can study on the platform itself. So you never really have to leave the platform and go out of the platform. You don't have to go to a Zoom or a Skype. You can study within the platform. There's an embed whiteboard online class taking system that has been integrated into the platform that students can use. Also, for tutors, a big pain point used to be following up for rebooking of classes, managing their payments, assurance of payments, following up with parents कि आपकी 10 class खत्म हो गए हैं, please payment करो. That was the biggest problem that tutors would face. Students wouldn't rebook classes on time, constant follow-ups, running behind students, running behind parents. So this way GuruQ handles everything for the tutor. All the tutor has to come and do on the platform is come and teach. As long as the teacher is coming on the platform and they can come and teach, that's all they have to do. We give them a dashboard. They also have complete freedom to set whatever price per hour that they want based on their qualifications and experience. So on GuruQ, unlike any other platform, we don't limit them to charge a certain amount. They can charge whatever they feel that they can get. Similarly, for students, we provide a lot of USPs for students to come on. We have over 35,000 tutors that they can choose from. So they have plenty of tutors available, that they can choose from. Like I said before, we have online as well as offline tutors. And now that the pandemic is sort of coming to a close, sort of not close, but sort of subsiding a little bit, all parents have moved back towards offline tuitions. They want offline tuitions for their children. Students want offline tuitions. And that's where GuruQ comes in perfectly, because compared to any other platform like a Vedantu or anyone, we are the ones that provide offline tuitions as well. Our tuitions focus on a hybrid model. With a tutor, you can book say 10 offline classes and 5 online classes. Whatever bundle or package you want, you can book. This platform has been made for students and tutors. It has been made so that we solve pain points for students and tutors and not just provide something that we want to provide. We provide things based on customer feedback, based on consumer feedback, based on what students and tutors want, and that's how we make improvements, so that our main focus, which is our target audience, which is our student parents and tutors, we focus on solving their pain points and their problems. When a student wants immediate replacement of tutors, that's what we provide as well. So in case a tutor leaves you before an exam, if you didn't have GuruQ, what would you do, right? You would have to go and look for tutor, ask your friends, ask family, someone to send you a tutor urgently. This way, if a tutor doesn't work out for you, you're dissatisfied with the tutor, GuruQ will immediately replace the tutor. So having a platform like GuruQ gives parents and students also that assurance that, okay, there is someone there monitoring the quality of my teachers. There's someone there monitoring. There's someone accountable, that in case there's any misconduct, I can call up GuruQ and make sure that this is handled. Otherwise, if a tutor behaves badly or if a tutor leaves you before an exam, who are you going to call? Right? You're not going to call anyone. If there's an organization like GuruQ behind those tutors, at least you can come to us, give us your feedback, and then we can take necessary action against those tutors.
Okay, that is great. Also, like, I would like to ask you, what is that one myth or misunderstanding which people usually have when it comes to online tuitions that you would like to break?
Uh, I think everyone, pre-pandemic, everyone used to have this, everyone was highly against online learning and edtech and online tuitions and stuff. I remember March 2020, before the pandemic, we had 99.9% of our classes offline. And the day the lockdown hit, literally within 1 week, everything moved online. So people were actually forced to see the benefits of online learning, which they never did earlier. They were forced to accept it. People don't really Indian parents, we come from traditional backgrounds. We all come from backgrounds where parents want a tutor to be sitting in front of the child, on the dining table or in the drawing room or something like that, कि नहीं आप मेरे बच्चे को मेरे सामने पढ़ाओ तभी पढ़ाई होगी, you know what I mean? So that mentality sort of broke away, and people sort of were forced to accept the benefits of online, such as time saving, learning from multiple teachers at the same time. Transportation time was a huge thing. So there are a lot of online learning did help in productivity a lot. And where education, like in villages and stuff, where online education wasn't possible, a lot of students lost out on 2 3 years of learning. So at least with online learning, children that had access to online learning, at least they didn't completely let go of their studies. At least they still had a medium to keep learning from and keep educating themselves. And yes, it was a learning curve for everyone, but at least it allowed us to advance ourselves in terms of technology. And because of that, internet facilities have become better. People have become more tech savvy. They've been forced to use technology. So I think overall there has been technological advancements because of COVID, which people don't see, but yeah.
Totally agreed. If I would have to choose in between offline or online, I would always choose online, because you can just study whatever you want to according to your preferences and your timings with the comfort of your house, with your house. And like obviously you save a lot of time and transportation money. So
Absolutely. Time saving is a big, big, big point.
yeah, exactly. So, how, as a leader, do you see yourself as an ingredient with a bright future, and how do you use your leadership abilities to get most out of the business?
Uh, so I think everyone's leadership style is different. Um, my leadership style is more that I like delegating. I like people becoming. Of course, I teach them, I train them, but then I also let them fly. I let them do what they have to do, and then give them freedom to do what they have to do, and then prove themselves to me through their work. I love problem solvers. I love people that not just dwell on the problem, but dwell on the solution. So I always tell my team that, don't worry about the problem. Everyone has problems. Who doesn't have a problem in their life or in business or in a particular situation? But okay, if there's a problem, look at the problem, but then move away from the problem and find the solution, because there's a solution to every problem. Um, and like I said, I love delegating. I love making sure that my team is accountable for what responsibilities that they have. I give them enough room to work at their own, not their own pace, I would say, but in their own working style, as long as work is completed according to my needs. So how they want to get there, I let them decide up to a certain point. As long as they are completing the tasks assigned, or the work, or their targets, or their performance metrics, or whatever, they're meeting all of that. As long as that is happening, I'm not someone that sits on their head and says, no, do it this way or do it that way. Because everyone has a different style of working. Everyone has a different uh, you know uh, everyone has different advantages. Everyone has different qualities, strengths and weaknesses. And I want them to focus on their strengths, and only when you allow people room to grow will they be able to grow. If you're constantly, in my opinion, standing on someone's head, they won't have that freedom to grow. They'll never take that accountability. If you spoon feed someone, they'll never take that accountability. So it's important, in my opinion, to, yes, train, teach, and then make people responsible for their own departments or for their own work, so that they feel that this is their job and it is their responsibility to complete that.
Yes, that is great. So, what's your future plans with GuruQ? Is there something that you're going to add on into your product?
So we're actually adding on a few very, very interesting modules coming soon. I'm not at liberty to talk about them right now, but I promise you'll be one of the first people to know about it. Soon as we launch them, we have very, very interesting, one-of-a-kind features coming in the month of July and August that no other edtech platform has done till now. So we're very, very excited for those to come up and come out into the market. And I do believe when they do come out, GuruQ will definitely have a very, very high competitive advantage compared to the rest. So we're just waiting for that tech to be developed, and we shall launch it very soon in the next month or two.
That
And
is
yes,
great.
we do plan on expanding not only in tier 2, tier 3 cities nationally, but also we plan on doing various pilot projects in places like Dubai and the UK, etc. Because we have so many teachers, we want to leverage them and use them, and expand our geographical boundaries. We also plan on expanding our program, our corporate training program, which is where we leverage our teachers to provide basics, communication skills, English communication skills at various corporates. We did start this pre-pandemic and it was highly successful, so we are going to launch that again. very soon. So yeah, we have a lot of interesting features coming in into the platform, and of course, various added functionalities. A lot of technological advancements are going to be happening on the app and the website. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff coming in, and we're excited to launch that.
That is great. So, since you're a woman in like this field, did you ever face any issue? Like, was it harder for you to, get started with it, to get the trust of the people?
Definitely. See, as a woman in any industry, I think it's tougher. We always have to prove ourselves more. People are very quick to doubt us. One thing that I used to hear all the time, like, "Madam, aapko nahi pata." This is a standard line that you get from your male colleagues or employees or team members or whatever, and no one will ever say that to a man, right? Ki, "Sir, aapko nahi pata," but they very casually say to women all the time ki nahi nahi aapko nahi pata, or you're constantly, if a woman says anything to a man who may be elder to her or whatever, or like hierarchically you might be above them, but in age if you're not or whatever, they might look down upon you. They might not think you're capable enough. The time it takes a woman to gain credibility of, and um, appreciation of your male colleagues and your male team members, it takes a man probably 0 seconds to do it, and it takes us probably years to gain that respect. Gaining respect is always also much harder, which is, I think, the biggest thing. People don't end up respecting women. Many times you walk into a room, I've walked into a room many times where they've said, "Madam, chai pilao," because they think I'm here for hospitality. They don't think I'm a founder and CEO of a company. So yeah, so you do deal with biases like this on a day-to-day basis. I just tell all women, don't let it get to you. Only if more and more and more women come into the working field, and there are hundreds and thousands of founders and women founders and CEOs, will men stop looking at us like this. Of course, today no one does, but I mean, in my own team and all. But when you go outside, there's still unconscious biases that are there. I'm still very outspoken, and I'm a very, I have a loud voice and all of that, so it's different. But I do get used to get things कि मैम आप थोड़ा धीरे बोलो ना, विमेन को इतनी जोर से नहीं बोलना चाहिए, आप प्यार से बोलोगे तो लोग आपकी बात सुनेंगे. Will anyone ever go and say this to a man कि सर आप थोड़ी सी अपनी वॉल्यूम कम करना, देखना आप प्यार से बोलोगे ना सबको तो सब सुनेंगे? No one will ever say this to a man. A woman should talk softly, but she should be a leader. Okay, she should not scream too much, but she shouldn't be a pushover. She should talk aggressively, but not too aggressively. you know so only women have to follow these certain things. If she's aggressive, she'll be like, "Ay, ye to bahut ajeeb type ki aurat hai." If she's too soft, she's like, "Inki bas ki baat nahi hai business chalana." So no matter what women do in the business world, someone or the other will be there picking on us, telling us how to behave, tell us to be more ladylike, or tell us to be more manly, or tell us to be something or the other. They'll never be satisfied with who we are or what we are, you know. So that unconscious bias will always be there. And I feel it's not just with people you work with, even investors have this bias. Today, only 1 or 2% of global funding is given to women. But at the same time, how many women empowerment summits do we have, or women leadership summits do we have, or all those things, women funds and this and that. But actually, how much money is going into women entrepreneurs? That's what we have to see, right? So one day, hopefully, it'll change. There are a lot of women that have come before us that have broken glass ceilings for us. Hopefully, we can break even more, so that people that come after us don't have to go through the struggles we went through. That's my only hope.
Yeah, like I also had one more question. How did you really cope up with these issues? Like, what advice will you give to a woman who wants to start their career in the field of entrepreneurship?
Be patient, ignore stupid men, okay? The male ego and pride will follow you forever. Just hear it from one ear, take it out from the other ear, or I would say don't even hear it, because half of the things that will come to you will either be based on, like I said, unconscious biases, or based on the male ego or pride. They'll be saying things to you, and whenever you feel like someone is crossing the line or whatever, I would say, of course, take a stand, say something, make it clear to that person that they cannot speak to you this way, they cannot treat you a certain way. Don't be a pushover. Because the second a man feels, any men, not just one man or whatever, I'm giving example, any men in general, if they feel that you are a pushover and that they can say anything to you and you will not react to them, they'll do it again. So if you don't like something that someone says to you or that someone does to you, take a stand and say it there and then, so that they know that in future that you are not going to stand for this kind of nonsense, or you can't stand by you're not going to stand anyone speaking to you like this or treating you like this. Women usually don't take a stand. We usually keep quiet and say nahi nahi, let's let it go, we won't say anything, abhi jaane do, baad mein dekhenge, dobara bolenge to bolenge hum. But no, if we don't say anything, they'll continue to do it because they'll think it's okay. So stand up for yourself. Don't let it bog you down. That's all I tell women entrepreneurs. Stand up for yourself, stand on your 2 feet, believe in yourself. Don't let anyone or any man especially tell you what you can or cannot do. If believe in yourself, that's the most important thing, and follow your vision. Don't let anyone tell you that you're capable, what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of.
Yes, true. That was very inspiring. I guess with that, we can wrap up today's session. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us and sharing your journey with us and inspiring us. And to all the listeners, stay tuned because we're going to come up with many more videos like this.
Thank you for having me.
Bye bye.
Bye.